need to start taking videos of myself just talking to myself. Today is September 9th. It is, I believe, 1 week before my son turns 2 years old. I can't believe it's been 2 years. He knows so much, and the hardest part for me being as a parent is dealing with my outbursts of anger, to be not done perfectly, but like just done in a manner that you're not having to like pick it up like 50 times. Like after so many times, you just get tired of like repeating yourself, and that's like the hardest part. Like why do we need to spill water on the floor? Why do we need to like keep overflowing our glass like with water? Like my floor is now warped at our house because of it. And then so I take my frustration out by like slamming doors, which is childish to do. Instead of just like talking about it, or instead of taking a moment and to just breathe, is what I need to do. That's what I need to do, is just breathe. Otherwise, like this morning, he was listening. I had his Christian station on, and it's like, if you're happy and you know it, say amen. And he was saying amen almost, and then it goes into clapping, and I wasn't doing it with him or whatever, and he knew the words clapping, so he started clapping, and then it said stomp, and then he started stomping, which is really cool. So yeah, he's almost 2 years old. And then my workout this morning, it was my first day of the week, so I have legs, which is more quad focused. My strength wasn't on par. We're going to be working on coming out of my cut. I believe this Wednesday is when we'll start increasing carbs. We were going through a whole fat loss phase starting since January. So at the beginning of January, I was up to 300 grams of carbs. And right now we're our goal is 145 grams of carbs. Most of you are like, oh, that's probably like a lot. I mean, on an average day when I'm not training, like that's pretty decent. It's nice. Training days though, it's really hard because like 85% of your carbs are focused around your training. So like pre-workout meal, intra carbs. So having carbs during my workout, and then post-workout carbs. And then I have very little for the rest of the day. And my day starts early. So I get up at like 3:20 in the morning. 3:10, 3:20, depending on if I'm training clients or not. And then I get home, and it's by like 6 o'clock in the morning. So then I have had my post-workout meal by 6:30, and so then I need to spread my rest of my carbs out until I go to bed, ideally at 8, but it's always 9 o'clock before I get into bed, and then we repeat the whole thing. So that's the hardest part. So my coach, she has her own fitness, her own app now that she uses for all of her clients, where we're able to, where it syncs up with our steps and our nutrition, and she's able to program our fitness programs in there, exercise programs. And once a month, she's going to be doing a Q&A questions, and one of the ones that I just went ahead and asked her kind of just to get the conversation rolling with other people who are within the group. But I asked her how often does she change somebody's exercise programs. I know for us, with me, my coach, we have changed some exercises within our program, and I've started with her back in October of last year, of 23. And we've been doing the same exercises every single week, but I mean, some of the exercises change depending on how the mind muscle connection is for myself. And for example, since today was leg day, we had started off doing back squats, barbell back squats, and then now I'm doing hack squats, which I hate and love at the same time. But they are doing the most benefit for me. I'm able to get full range of motion, and continue to see growth in it, where with back squats, I mean, both of them take a lot of mental power to get through, trust me. Oh my God. For me though, I feel like the hack squats just works better. Even with my back stuff, I don't know how wellness competitors do 3 leg days. I mean, who knows? I might eventually be on 3 leg days. We'll see. But I know on my glute day, my back just feels so used and weaker. But yeah, just one thing to throw out there, like, same thing every single week. One exercises, like example for leg days, we're doing Bulgarian split squats. Had started off with 15 reps. You're supposed to hold for 3 seconds at the bottom and then back up, and everything's slow and controlled. And then we went up to 20 reps, 3 working sets from 2. And now we're doing 10 reps, 3 working sets. So like, these are heavy weight that I'm using for 3 reps or 10 reps. So you can imagine that change. Still very slow and controlled. Yeah. So today is September 10th. This morning was a little bit better. Dog was awake at 2:44. I was gonna be getting up at 3:10 because I was working with one of my clients this week for 3 days in a row, which I'm super excited for because we haven't worked 3 days in a row. His schedule is it changes weekly. And anyway, so yesterday I received in the mail a gift from my coach, because we've almost been working together for 1 year. So on October 1st will be 1 year. And this is about when I reached out to her, was in September. So she sent me a gift, which she doesn't have to do that or anything. Very, very grateful for it. So it's a gift card to Toxic Angels, which is one of the bodybuilding competition posing suits websites or companies. So I know Toxic Angels and then Angel Competitions bikinis. So yeah, Angel Competition bikinis, and there's Toxic Angels. So 2 major companies there, but I am like so grateful for that. Like I could cry, but we're not gonna cry this morning because it's still early and I don't want to make myself more tired. Whenever I cry, I get like really tired. So yeah, so that's amazing. I don't know honestly where I would be at this point without her. My use of like just her education, her knowledge, for the huge one for me was like nutrition, getting nutrition on point, eating the right amount of macros like for myself, which has helped me like bring education to myself to be able to potentially help others. So getting that where it needed to be, you know, we were working our way up through a building phase and basically just getting my body like normalized and like stable. So like I said yesterday, you know, we were at 300 grams of carbs at the beginning of January. And then now we're down to 145, and everybody's macros are specific to their self. Do not use mine. My goals are aligned for like how my body's responding, what we're going to be moving into next year, how hard I push myself in the gym and stuff like that. So it's, and then how my body responds outside. But anyways, very grateful. Like I was exhausted when I first got with her. Like I was going through DLB Daily's Shredded Summer program. So I had completed that, I think like a month or so prior to, lost weight, but I wasn't seeing the muscle that I wanted, that I was hoping to. One, because I wasn't feeling myself at the right time or with enough. I mean, I did lose weight, but losing weight versus muscle is completely different. Having structural muscle looks different than just losing weight. Like literally, this weight on the scale doesn't matter. But anyway, so I was like 160 pounds last year at this time. My son Gabriel, he was just over 1 year old, so 1 year postpartum. And you know, it takes about 2 years for a woman to get back to normal after being pregnant. 2 years. So any pregnant women out there, like, you gotta give yourself grace. I wish that I had given myself grace because I wanted to, I just wanted to feel normal, which I completely get, but I also should have just been like, it'll be fine. Like, we'll get back into it. So take your 6 weeks. Really listen to your body. Take your 6 weeks. But yeah, here we are today. We're down to tomorrow's check-in. So like last week it was 137 pounds. And the crazy part is, like, my clothes that I wear now, I wasn't able to fit into these unless I was like 120, 125 pounds. So body composition is huge. Muscle is huge. The weight on the scale is pretty much just bullshit. Like, you want structural skeletal muscle. You're gonna feel so much better versus just trying just to lose the weight and starving yourself. Don't do that. Don't go that route. Yeah, so that's my little TED Talk for this morning. Just very, very much appreciated. I can't lose her. can't lose her. She's stuck with me the rest of her life, or my life. At least for as long as we're gonna do this for. All right, picked up Gabriel from daycare and heading on our way home. Dad is out hunting. He this year drew a big game elk tag, like for the second time, same unit. He didn't draw it last year, but he did draw it the previous year. There's a long story behind that, but anyways, gonna try to remember to park backwards when we get home in our driveway, because after we have taken down the carport, it has now been an attention grabber or something, I have no idea, for birds shitting on my window or windshield. So I'd rather it be the back than the front. So yeah, so if you guys can see that, it's just won't come off with just regular windshield spray. So I'll have to clean it when we get home. Also, do not judge my windshield. We live in Wyoming along I-80, which means you're gonna normally replace your windshield every single year because of the semi trucks that are on there. So many semi trucks. It's a lot. Excessive amount. Gabriel has an obsession with planes right now. Yeah. Is Broden up top? Yeah, Broden's up there. Broden's our dog. In other terms, last year we were trying to grow a sunflower in the same spot, and Gabriel had taken off the top before it actually could bloom. And this year we were successful in having it bloom. Do you like your birthday present? Did you get a plane? And that one won't really stick because it's not made for this one, but the other three are. Turned in my posing pictures to my coach. Or not, yeah, well, posing video. This is our first one that she has wanted me to start doing, sending a posing video in instead of just pictures, which we normally do front, both sides, and back, just standing. And since I get up so early, I'm just like, my body is like, what am I doing? So that'll be just an adjustment. And then today we were down almost 2 pounds from last week, which is crazy, but I think so we should start coming out of this cut into a building phase, I believe, here now. I think she said the building phase or maintain. I didn't sleep that well last night, and then Gabriel was in our room by 11 p.m. The other morning it was like 2:30, so that was like nicer, but yeah, that's always back and forth. But I plan on, since I only did cardio today, and I'll do training on Thursday and Friday, but just did cardio today and trained my client, so I got that out of the way. So at noon, instead of doing cardio, I'll be able to go and practice posing, because I haven't done that in a little bit. Entertainment for tonight, doing a charcoal mask, deep cleansing charcoal mask from Mary Kay. It says to do 2 to 3 times a week, but I've been only managed to do this like monthly. Trying to take better care of my skin for being in my 30s. So, and little man is wanting to take a shower tonight. Normally you just shower in the morning, so he's having fun, which all that matters. And then hopefully he'll go to bed easily. It hurts to smile. Does anybody else do interesting facial regimens? Drop them in the comments because I'd be interested. This week, we went back up in carbs by 15 grams on training days and 5 on rest. And I mean, I slept like shit last night, but was able to add 5 pounds on each side to this today. So that's good. Also, having not an injured back helps. It wasn't injured, it was just tight. So the nerves were not being nice, but it's doing better now. So today is my son's birthday party. His birthday isn't until Monday on the 16th. But so making all the things right now, currently meal prepping for the week. So current meal is spaghetti squash, chicken breast, European cucumber, bell pepper, onions, tomatoes, and then in here we have some hot sauce, and I just threw it away. Some of the ranch fiesta dip mix. And then we're gonna be putting in some fat-free cottage cheese with some salt, blending that up in the blender. If you have a Ninja blender, like that's so much easier than what I have. I don't have one. And then putting that on top. So that's my current meal plan. And then I also have potato salad going. Potatoes are done. Eggs just finished boiling. And then last night we made the cupcakes. So the cupcakes and then some frosting, which I don't think that's gonna be enough frosting, but I'm just gonna try to stretch it out. I'm just trying to make it fit like my macros so I can have some cupcake. Just because cupcakes have quite a bit of fat in them. Well, plus the frosting. So yeah, so that's where we're at this morning, and it's 7 o'clock. And my husband has a pork butt on the smoker, so we can make some pulled pork. And his party's at 3 today. I still need to make a salad, and I'll show you guys that once I get to that point. Are you ready to, are you taking all those to the shop? Are you going to the shed?
I want to.
Are you going to the shed with those? Because some of those I don't want outside. So yesterday, Gabriel's birthday party went really well. After his nap, he was just like crying for an hour afterwards. And look, there's a cat. Hi, kitty. Hi. Happy birthday, little Gabriel. Happy birthday to you.
Okay. Make a wish and blow out your candle. Blow it out. Blow it out. Harder.
Yay!
Good job.
Good job, Gabriel.
Let me pick it out. Here's your breakfast.
Okay, a couple days no talk. Yesterday was my son's second birthday. I'll go through that later, but tonight we made salsa with tomatoes all from our garden, which is pretty exciting, and jalapenos from our garden, with some other peppers, added in some garlic. I need to get onion and more garlic, so this is like 2/3 done, and cilantro. And it feels like winter out. We're down to 60s, 50s, going in 40s at night, which is nice. But today it like rained all day. It's craziness. You want to sing more? More happy birthday?
Yeah.
He likes it. We're going on our 3rd time now. So, drop off for my son this week. Not fun. Today is his 2nd day transitioning or being moved over to the older age group because he aged out of his. So after he turns 2, he goes into the older ones. Lots of crying. You know, he throws himself down on the ground and doesn't want to go. I mean, it's heartbreaking. Like, it's really not easy, like, to leave him when he's not happy. So I'm hoping that it goes easier by the end of the week, and then next week he won't be in daycare because grandma's gonna be here, so it's gonna be another rough transition going back after him being out for a week. Yeah, so hopefully they can get him calmed down right away. It's just not easy. Okay, so I'm getting ready for a work trip training, which I have never traveled like this for my work, which is going to be traveling to Indianapolis next week. And so I need to get all my stuff ready for what I need to stay on track with all my macros. So I've already repackaged out my intra carbs. So I take this during my workout. So I'm gonna be working out 3 times there. So I got these in the Ziploc bags, labeled with intra carbs. And then now I'm gonna do my protein. I like using Buff Bunny, so they have 0 grams of fat in it, which is fantastic, and like no carbs, which I'd rather have my carbs from my like food. So that's also one thing that I like about Buff Bunny. I think the rest of the stuff I'll just keep in like containers, except for like my pills. I think my pills I'll go ahead and like divide out. I should get one of those pill organizers, but I don't have one. So I'm gonna measure these out. 1 scoop per bag, because this will be for my post-workout meal. So 1 scoop of protein, and then I should be able to get some cereal at the hotel. And then at the store, I'm gonna go ahead and get some almond milk. And we'll be set for those 2 meals. The rest, my coach has very graciously sent me a few options from the store that's gonna be, grocery store that's gonna be close to the hotel, which is Whole Foods Market, which I'm excited about because we don't have a Whole Foods here where I live. And I've been in one towards Denver, and it's really cool. It reminds me of being back in Missoula, where it's Missoula Fresh Market, where they have like ready-made meals. Everything's hot and fresh. Everything's organic, which I don't like shop organic, but I mean they have organic, lots of different variety of items. So it's just something different. But anyways, so I've been working on getting those macros kind of figured out this week, and a list of food that I'll need to pick up from the grocery store for my lunches and dinners. But this will take care of my post workout meal and then intra carbs. Drop off at daycare today. This is the 4th day of Gabriel being with the older kids, and still not good. Lots of crying, lots of heartbreak. Doesn't deal with the change very well, which I hope doesn't transition into his adult life, because my husband doesn't deal with change. So I just spent, I think, like the past 15 minutes with him, just sitting there and letting him be calm and whatnot, but still crying and crawling on the ground when I was leaving. So it's hard. Like this morning he was doing okay, and then he wanted to take a bath, and he was taking a bath, and then it got cold, and I was like, we have to get out of the bathtub. So he threw a crying fit there too. So we've already had quite a bit of crying this morning going on. Never fun. I'm working on getting over a cold. Hopefully I can happen fast. So today I did my last leg day of the week. Today is the 20th of September, and felt pretty good about it, except for my hip thrusts are not at the weight that they were, but like I said, we're coming out of a cut, so hopefully can build up the strength there. And then next week I'm going to do 5 days of training, because I'm going to be out of town in Indianapolis, so I'll be able to work that in. So Sunday, normally I take Saturday and Sunday as my rest days, but Sunday I'm going to train. This will be my first training day of the week, and then Monday's rest day because I'll be traveling to Indianapolis, and then train Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I fly back on Thursday, but I have time to train on Thursday. So we're doing 3 leg days, because we need to grow some glutes and legs.
are going to be absolutely exhausted. You know that? Here we go. Up, up. Don't think about it. Just go. Woo! Good job.